Cascading bouquets can feel tricky to create. You have this kind of rounded piece on top, cascading down below. How can you edit this bouquet if you're trying to do it on your own? These are all questions we will talk about in this video for our artificial floral DIY cascading bouquet tutorial. All right, so today we're going to be doing a beautiful faux artificial flower bouquet that is a cascading design. I'm really seeing a big resurgence in this trend for brides requesting this floral bouquet, particularly a bridal bouquet. And so today we're going to be talking about kind of the ins and outs of faux floral design when it comes to bouquets, and specifically some things to think about with the cascading bouquet, because there are some kind of particular things to keep in mind. So with that, let's get started. I want to talk about your floral recipe first for this bouquet, as we always do. So as you know, I like thinking in groups of threes typically, and then I kind of add, if I need to, a stem or two to that. But groups of threes tend to look really pretty for the symmetry of how they look, particularly if you're making like a triangle design. I always try to kind of think about that in my efforts when I'm designing. It's a really simple way to visually think about how to create symmetry that is also kind of based in like nature and natural design. So with that, I have 3 different types of greenery and I have 1 stem of each for a total of 3. I liked this really pretty kind of a faux fern accent, and it's very full. I liked how it looked. So this is going to be a green and white bouquet that has a bit of a, not super tropical, but kind of an ethereal, almost wildflower design. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. But we also have for greenery these really pretty cascading options. And if you're a DIY bride, I cannot stress enough having some options like this that are very easy and quick to get you that cascading look. I mean, like, look what I just did. I just put one on top of each other and it's like already cascading. So I'll get more to that in a moment too. The other piece I have about 8 total white stems. I may not need them all. I probably will have like 6ish, like I said, a multiple of 3. So I'll probably have about 6 stems, but I might want to add 1 or 2 more cascading down or something. So I have just a simple one of this faux daisy. And then I have 7 more of these white hanging faux wisteria. And what these are also great for is they can add fullness to the rounded base of the bouquet, but also hang down for that cascading look. So without further ado, let's get started in how I kind of think through the design for a cascading bouquet. So like I said, we're going to start with these beautiful naturally cascading greens. You can actually get these off of online retailers, at craft stores like Joann's or Michael's. So you can find these in a lot of places. I liked the look of this kind of, more eucalyptus-y looking succulent hanging one behind this wispier one, only because it adds dimension, but also a lightness somehow, right? When the more whimsical one is kind of in front of the more dense option. What I did here is I'm literally just placing this one a little above and on top of the second one. And so that's immediately already creating that cascading kind of effect. So I'm actually going to tie just that little piece off, just right there. As always, you're going to want to start with your greenery and or filler base. So if you don't have greenery, use your filler to start your base of your design with. If you're going to use greenery is usually considered that filler base. Okay, so I'm just I'm taping this with some floral tape. There we have it. For this, and you can cut this or tear this type of floral tape. It's waterproof. It's really great for this. As with almost all of our floral designs I recommend that are bouquets, I recommend floral tape, and I recommend just good shears, cutting shears, and or wire cutters, because for faux flowers, often there is a metal component inside the floral pick, so you can cut through the plastic, but then you're going to probably want at least a super good sharp pair of scissors, ideally even maybe also wire cutters, just for reference, so you're not killing your hands there. So we have this really pretty hanging cascading moment. Now I am thinking I then want to go in to keep the cohesiveness of the greenery and add my kind of elevated greenery piece here. And the way that I kind of determine how high up or where in comparison to this cascading piece I want to do it. With a cascading bouquet, you're going to want, in my opinion, I think this looks pretty, when you have about 1/2 of the length of the cascade above it. So, which is roughly, if you see here what I've done. So I have, the equivalent of almost like 2 of these picks. And so I'm putting one up here. And that, from a visual perspective, I think really looks pretty and makes sense to the eye visually. So I'm going to tape this with my floral tape. So I'm just taping that, again, kind of behind those 2 cascading pieces. Okay, now that I have the greenery kind of base, now I'm going through with what I would consider to be kind of one of the filler / focal flowers for this, which are these wisteria. Since we only have 2 types of flowers for this, and one I would say is really more of the kind of focal, you're definitely going to notice it piece. I'm going to go in next, like I said, with more of these accent white pieces. And the important thing with these hanging pieces is, at least for me, I like it to be organic looking, as close to as nature would have had it as possible. And so you might want a couple on the sides, but not exactly like the same distance between each other, right? You see how one's higher, one's lower. Like they're not going to be perfectly symmetrical as they would not be in nature. I like even going in here through the greenery. And then what you're going to do is hold it, hold this kind of from behind and have that coming through on the bottom. I love that. And then let's see how that looks. Yes, that's looking really pretty. And then I'm going to come in and probably do a few closer to the top, because again, I want this to be a little bit more symmetrical, rounded, and then it kind of drops down, right? So let's see what we can't do. Like, yeah, I kind of like that actually. We're just like exploring, honestly, in this process of what looks good. I'm going to put another one through here, I think, and just see how that looks. Maybe. And I'm holding on to that from the back. Oh, that's so pretty and dramatic. And then probably I like one even maybe a little bit lower here. And again, I'm pushing this kind of through the greenery in. But what I don't love is then now that's all super white and not a lot of greenery. So I think I'm actually going to come back out and like pull through some of that greenery. So the good thing with this process is like you kind of can't go wrong. You're just experimenting, right? Now I do have some additional pieces of greenery from this wisteria that I did cut off. Like these wisteria came in a big kind of stem clump. And so when that happens, I like to cut off additional greenery. And not necessarily these little pieces, though you could use these if you wanted to for like boutonnieres. That would work really well. So don't, you can save those. Don't throw those away. But if it's a really long piece like this one of greenery, I also don't like to throw that away. I do kind of use that if I feel like, for example, I love a little green moment like on the side there. And then I think I want like maybe one more like right here, maybe if that's not too much, kind of in the back for fullness. I think I kind of like that. Let me see what I want to do there. And then, so I like that. I want to see how the daisy stem though works with this and makes sense with this, because this is really full. So I kind of want it to be that focal moment in the center part of the bouquet. Let me see if I can grab this from behind because I have so many stems now. Your hand will kind of feel tired as you're working through this. So trust that will happen. So you may have to like re-grab some things. But so as I'm going through, I actually am like reconsidering exactly where I want this. I think I actually want it maybe even like a little higher. Let's see. But with a couple pieces, that I can kind of move down. I like that. I'm gonna put that there. Yeah, so it's more rounded here. And again, moves and cascades down. I think I want to put like 2 more greenery pieces at the very top. You see how I did that? Like I want a little bit of greenery here. So I did go ahead and get, this is why I always say get a little bit extra of whatever you are planning, because even after all these years, right? Like I want to show you that it's not perfect. And I definitely utilize more stems sometimes even than my best calculations. So let's see if I like this. Yeah. And as you're designing it, that's okay. This is why we order over a little bit. That's my best advice. Either order online or get a little bit more from the store than you think you'll need. So like think about your flour recipe and then over order just a little bit more. You don't need a lot. Like this is why you have a flour recipe. You're not over ordering to the point that like it's wasting your budget, but you do just want to have, yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I needed. I need a little bit of greenery up here. You do want to have enough, you know, extra to where you could make it really, really exactly how you want it. So, and you'll notice here again, I have that rounded shape up here, and then it gently cascades, and you could have that down or not, but gently cascades then down. And that's the trick and the key, I feel like, with these cascading bouquets. It can be challenging sometimes. This is going to be something, if you're doing it at home, you're going to definitely want to look in the mirror. You're going to definitely maybe even go through iterations of like, this is so annoying, I need to restart. That is okay. Even I, in looking at this, was like, there's just something that's not right. I need more greenery. So again, that's why you overorder just a little bit, like not like more than like 10% of your total flower recipe. If you're curious about what a flower recipe is, it's basically the quantity of stems that you need to create your flower arrangement. I have a whole nother video on that if you're curious. But from here, so you're seeing I'm holding this all together back here. So you would want to get your trusty tape again and go around and tape this. There we go. And you're going to want to, as much as you can, avoid the greenery stems. I'm just taping it around right now, but typically what I do, so you'll see me, I'll cut this tape off, and I'm going to show you. Here, let's see. Okay, I'm going to have to actually, for this stem is not quite long enough, so I'm actually going to have to, this is really good actually that it happened, because I'll tell you about this. I'm going to have to hot glue these two stems to where they are, because the stems are actually not long enough to fit in the tape that I've created here. So I'm going to need to actually, this and this greenery piece, I'm just going to get a little hot glue. I'm going to glue it to another stem right here that is attached to it so that it will stay. That's really important. Just of note, you may have to do that with your faux florals. But again, the great thing about this is you can, like, I'm even just continuing to like, oh, I like this more out here. Like, the sky is the limit. You're going to make it look amazing, but it could potentially take a little bit of time to do that. After you have tied this from behind, what I was saying earlier is I typically try to cut any of this extra greenery off. Then you're going to want to wrap it with whatever ribbon of your choice to hide that tape. For holding your bouquet, you want to make sure it's at your belly button and out. That is always the best way. So you see here, kind of hard to do this over here, but basically at your belly button and out is always really pretty from like the visual of it. You'll get really pretty lines, and I'm excited to see you at the next tutorial. We have a whole series of wedding and DIY floral design tutorials, so we'll see you in the studio soon. Thank you so much for watching.